We were putting in front of people something we had no experience in doing. This community had never seen before. The state of Texas had never seen before. That's going to be a hell of a thing to share.
I'm Troy Robertson.
And I'm Leonard Firestone, and we are the founders of the Firestone and Robertson Distilling Company here in Fort Worth, Texas.
So Leonard and I met as our kids were part of a play group.
At the time, I had the communications company. He was in the oil and gas business, and it wasn't until 2 years later we learned of one another's interest in getting involved in distilling. It was by chance. We had the same vision, what we wanted to make, where we wanted to make it. We just decided, let's partner up.
Raising capital is no easy task. A lot of people laughed us out the door.
And then there were a couple meetings where somebody would pull a bottle of moonshine out of their desk and say, hey, you know, I've been kind of doing this too, and I really understand what you're saying. And we thought for sure they would invest with us, and not one of them did.
We did, for a period of a year and a half, fund our entire operation. We had to pull the trigger purchasing the building. You know, we just felt committed.
Which our wives didn't know about.
When we were looking for a location, we looked all over the city. Well, first of all, we fell in love with the building. It really took a magnifying glass to see the beauty of it, but we did and envisioned peeling back those layers to expose the real beauty of it.
We've heard back from developers in this area that we've become a catalyst. We're building a business that has a lot that's attractive about it to draw people in. It's a great classic neighborhood that just needed a facelift, that spark. We're on the list now of really interesting, unique things to do in Fort Worth. There's just some incredible restaurants, incredible museums, now a distillery.
We're obviously very proud of where we live. We put Fort Worth on every bottle. We had a whiteboard that was peppered with names for months. TX was always on the list. Everything had to be thought out, how you would say it, how you would order at a bar. Would it gain the attention of the consumer? Is it relevant to who we are? You know, Texas and Texans are pretty bold, so we need to have the name bold.
We love bringing that local bit of our culture into our packaging. People were so drawn to the tops and how we make them. We went down to one of the boot makers down in the stockyards. Anything they make boots out of, we made into tops. And when we started out, Troy and I were making thousands of these. Nails shot into our fingers. People started bringing things into the distillery. Jerseys to baseballs to cowboy boots. Every one of those pieces connects with someone, has an importance. It's just been a really amazing thing for us.
People should understand that whiskey is the broad category. A bourbon, a blended whiskey, a Scotch whiskey, all of those things are kind of offshoots of whiskey. And so the first one happened to be a blended whiskey. The second one that we've been producing since day one and still aging is a bourbon whiskey.
We decided that's the one. Let's roll the dice and put it out in the market.
In 2013, we entered TX into a contest out in San Francisco. I guess we were kind of humble and weren't really expecting a lot. To our surprise, we ended up winning, Best American Craft Whiskey, the best in show, from a small distillery in Fort Worth, Texas.
We want to share that bit of Fort Worth, that bit of Texas, because don't forget, we've got Texas corn, Texas wheat, Texas yeast, Texas water, a Texas aging climate that this bourbon is going to represent.
If we ever wanted to keep up with the demand, we're going to need a bigger space.
What we discovered was this golf course called Glen Garden for sale. This particular course has a remarkable history. Golfing legends Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson simultaneously grew up caddying and learning how to play the game. Alternatively, where that would have gone is a builder coming in, bulldozing it. I think it would long be forgotten what the history of that dirt means. What we always aspired to do is to be an asset of the city. Something to do here, something unique and interesting.
For all those people that said we couldn't do it, to see those bottles and all parts of the country. That would be a tremendous feat.
That's going to go a lot of places around the world, and they're going to look on the label and see Fort Worth, Texas. That's what we want to achieve. That's super ambitious. We're going to put Fort Worth on the map in a global sense.